Blind Adams have been saying this for a while, but now there is a woman on Instagram who is accusing Saweetie of being a yacht girl. For those of you who don't know what a yacht girl is, it's basically a girl who sells cookies, but she's not a Girl Scout.
You may not have heard of this young lady because I haven't either. Her name is Maybach May. If you look at her Instagram, it doesn't seem like she has a whole lot of stuff popping. She just looks like the average chick with a BBL and a nice
Shorty looks like she's from Somalia or something.
Body, and nothing else is to be seen there. Right?
Who are you?
But that's what you think. Just because somebody don't have a whole lot of followers, it don't mean that they're not important in the industry. And according to this chick, she's more important than we think. Fast forward. Maybach May is one of the largest madams in the industry. And what Maybach May does is she connects a lot of beautiful women to rich men all over the world. She's going to Dubai, Lagos, Europe, wherever you think that the rich guys are at, she has them in her system. And a lot of girls want to deal with Maybach May because she's the connection to all the guys with the money. And one of those ladies allegedly is Saweetie.
Bro, that shit look like she wearing a diaper, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Ah, shit. That shit look like she, man, what the fuck?
Now, if you look at Saweetie's Instagram following, she got 12.4 million followers. Why would Saweetie be working with a lady that got 25,000 followers? Well, here's the story. Fast forward.
First of all, why would she even have the need to do some shit like this? Ain't she like already a fucking multi-millionaire? Like, what the fuck? What are we talking about here?
Maybach May had a connection with a guy by the name of Jadon Sancho. Now, he plays in the Premier European League. I think it's Manchester United. I'm not necessarily sure. But the guy makes a lot of money, like over $180,000 per week. And this dude is known for tricking on women. Like, he is known for spending a whole lot of money. So basically what Maybach May did was say, listen, Saweetie, I got this dude, and he's a younger guy. He's like 21. And you know, Saweetie is closer to being like 30. So look, this young dude, if you deal with him, he'll spend money on you. But you gotta pay me my money, and you know, whatever else you get from him, you can keep. But as long as I get my cut, I'm cool.
He's right, you know.
And here's a text messages even explaining that. Here it says, what you doing? We should do a big bear trip with good friends, group co-ed. Oh my God, it's so nice here. And even that code is 2 hours from LA. At the studio, girl, all my friends out of state. When bees run it up on Jadon, how much they doing in a weekend? Woo! Now, this is evidence, right? Fast forward! But here's what Saweetie did. She fell in love with Jadon, or got Jadon to fall in love with her. And so she ended up in a full relationship with Jadon Sancho. Now, Jadon Sancho ended up getting, you know, a tattoo of her, I think like on his.
What a fucking simp, nigga. Oh my God. I guess the Guk 3000 was that good, huh? That shit crazy. Had that nigga levitating and everything.
Neck or something like that, and basically they got into a full-blown relationship and basically cut off Maybach May. And so this is the problem at Bay. Maybach May is saying, listen, you owe me money, and you was out here dealing with the dude that I set you up with, and now you don't want to pay me? Let's go back to that first text message. She goes, Sancho, after you done paying and getting tattoos of a 304, you barely know. Run me my money. She hates her career, so you come right on time like the trick you are. I just want what y'all owe me. So
hey, the music might not be doing so well, man. You know what I'm saying? Ever since Quavo, or whatever the fuck his name is, stepped out of her life, man, I ain't gonna lie. Shorty, I have not heard Shorty's music in a long fucking time. Not that I listen to it. I'm just saying she used to be really hot on the radio and shit.
See, Jadon didn't pay her, and Saweetie must have told him not to pay. Now, what else? Cocaine, witchcraft, and liquor is one hell of a mix. Send me my bread home record. Woo! Now, before I get into the rest of the screenshots, I kind of want to get into what Saweetie is kind of known for.
Saweetie is allegedly a yacht girl who makes far more money from yachting than she does from her music career.
Because she fell off, bro. Like, when was the last time you heard any of her song? She has not been relevant for a hot minute. I'm just giving it a bug. Like, she has not been popping, bro.
And according to this blind item, she allegedly has a substance abuse problem that is making her messy and causing her to lose yachting clients. And the blind item reads, this A-minus list Nepo baby, who's a rapper, singer, niece, cousin, and granddaughter of famous names, earns way more from yachting each week than from her actual music. But her substance habit has gotten out of control, and the messiness is driving clients away fast.
So Saweetie is known for being a yacht girl. So this is the girl who doesn't really advertise that they're selling cheeks, but they are selling cheeks.
And that's the thing y'all fail to understand, bro. All of these girls selling cheeks. If your pockets is deep enough, nigga, she's going. You know what I'm saying? Understand, like, a nigga like Jeff Bezos, bro, understand that nigga might be chopped, but every single one of these bitches are going, bro. Your hoe is going. You know what I'm saying? His hoe is going. You know what I'm saying? Their hoe is going. All of their hoes, everybody's going, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because let that nigga come by right now and slap $1 million on the fucking table. I promise you. Your bitch is gone, nigga. Like Houdini, nigga. Magic.
And again, this young lady already mentioned that Saweetie has a drug problem. And this other lady here is saying that, hey, Saweetie is out here clapping cheeks, and a lot of clients are tired of her and her drug issues.
And that shit is crazy too, because you really don't be knowing these motherfuckers' personal lives. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the kind of shit they indulge in and shit.
And she's not the only person to mention this sort of freestyling idea.
You need to build your brand up so that you're not known as a 304, because what men really like, they like freestylers better, okay? They don't want a girl to be posting ads online and stuff. No, they want to feel like they just stumbled across a beautiful woman, and for this price, they could have access.
So, you know, this lady has a good point. Like, people don't want you to be advertising your cheeks out there, but they want to know that you're down with the get down. And it gets even worse.
I'm not saying that her music is a cover-up. No, it's not a cover-up. She's an entertainer that goes along with it. So like a child actor grows up, then they're known for being a 304 all of a sudden, but not to regular people. As far as you guys know, they're just a singer, a dancer, an actor, a YouTuber, anything, an influencer. A lot of high-end.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, man. If I had the kind of motion that some of these niggas have, bro, I would not indulge with none of these fucking celebrities. You know what I'm saying? I just find me a little good girl somewhere that ain't famous like that. You know what I'm saying? And probably don't even know about me or the fact that I got shit popping. You know what I'm saying? And I just go settle down, bro. Let's fuck these hoes. They for everybody. They getting passed around, you know what I'm saying? Like a tennis ball getting passed around, boy.
304s are actually influencers, and that's what builds your brand better. Why do you think I'm in so many people's YouTube videos? I'm on podcasts like Fresh and Fit. I'm in 20v1s with Kodak. It's all because it builds your persona, it builds your brand. So this way, when I say, hey, I want X amount, it makes sense because I'm an entertainer, I'm a celebrity.
Now, she's breaking down the whole playbook for influencers. If you look at somebody like Saweetie, she's always on like 20 versus 1 shows. She's always on like podcasts, the Fresh and Fit. Like, she moves around, and you don't really see a whole lot of the better rappers doing that, like Cardi B. And to be honest, Cardi B, you know, did mention that Saweetie was doing stuff like this. Remember that Saweetie was with Quavo, and then Saweetie ended up sleeping with Offset, which caused some tension between the whole Migos crew and all of that. Like, I mean,
that was foul, by the way. You know what I'm saying? And Offset, bro, that nigga should have known better, bro. That nigga should have known better to indulge in that kind of shit. Like,
Saweetie just is down bad for real. Like, just down bad as hell. But check this out.
Sorry, I get crucified for it. People get so mad every single time I bring it up. But your favorite musicians are not very wealthy. Like, there's no money to be made in the music industry. A lot of them are broke. Some of the influencers on this app make more money than your favorite musicians. And the reason why, it's not just because, I think especially this applies especially like in hip hop, it's not just because they don't get paid that much.
And that's what some people don't understand. Is like the fact that you could be a millionaire still living paycheck to paycheck because your lifestyle is so fucking expensive. Like, these niggas get bread. They get bread, but the bread come in and it, you know what I'm saying, gone. Because their bills are fucking expensive. I'm talking like motherfuckers always driving foreigns, probably living in a fucking $4 million mansion. All of that shit costs money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure they probably got employees that work for them too, not that do different shit. You know what I'm saying? They got to get paid too. You know what I'm saying? So they got to stay working, stay, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever that they can to bring that income. This is just like her having different streams of income, you know, which is being a 304.
It's also because they get paid a decent amount. It's because their lifestyle is extremely expensive. Like, if you are in hip hop, part of being in hip hop is that you have to look rich. You have to pretend to be ultra wealthy. And living outside of your means is very expensive. It's not just like having a fancy house and owning cars, right? It's also like having a glam team all the time, having an agent, having a manager, having a social media person. All of that is very, very expensive. In your mind, you thought Saweetie was affording all of that off of her music career when she's been in the game 10 years and has still not put out a debut album?
Now, this young lady mentioned something similar about your favorite influencers being broke. Now, for me, I'm looking at 12.4 million followers. I'm like, damn, you know, she must be doing good. But if you look at her lifestyle, she got to keep up that image, right? Like, that's how she got popular. Now, this is something that's interesting because somebody like me, as a YouTuber or a down bad influencer, like, I got, you know, popular because of my commentary. Nobody follows me because I need to be extravagant or opulent or fashion based. And this is why a lot of YouTubers end up having more money than influencers, because people tend to watch us for us, and we don't have a pressure of trying to be, you know, flashy or living a big lifestyle. That's the same thing with athletes. They don't have to actually live a rich lifestyle to be rich. Like Kawhi Leonard is a good example of that. But if you come in the game and you're a hot chick like Saweetie, you have a lifestyle, and if the money isn't coming in because the music industry doesn't pay it, you got to get that money somehow, all right?
And that's why you got to stay away from bitches like this. Because if you got the money, nigga, and she don't got the money, guess whose pockets is going to start coming out from? Exactly, nigga. It only a matter of time before you go broke too, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
And so, and then also, she's never had a debut album, so you're not making money from music. So what are you making money from? But wait, there's more.
If you are ever trying to
Oh man, I just know that shit booming, man. That shit, oof. Good Lord, I just know that shit. Oof, I know that shit booming, boy. On God.
pocket watch your favorite celebrity and their musician specifically, right? You're trying to figure out if they're broke or not. All you have to do is check to see their endorsement deals, right? The more endorsement deals they have, the more paid they are. If you have a favorite celebrity, I'm not gonna say no names, there's one in particular I'm thinking of, and they haven't had an endorsement deal in years, they're probably broke. And I'm gonna leave that at that. Unless they own businesses and companies that are kept on the hush, 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 they're probably broke.
So this is an important distinction. Again, like, if you look at somebody and the brand deals that they have, this would indicate how much money they actually make. Now, this is something that we saw with Will Smith. Once Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, he lost a lot of brand deals. Okay, and so this hurt him financially. Now, you already know his lifestyle is really up there, it's expensive, but to lose brand deals, which, I mean,
That's why that nigga started crying right after he slapped the shit out of Chris Rock, because he knew immediately what he did was wrong. Like, he regretted that decision. He knew that shit was gonna have, you know what I'm saying, some effects later on in the future. But he was salty as shit about that. You could tell.
and again, I would assume that Saweetie has a lot of brand deals, or maybe she doesn't. But if you don't have those brand deals, and those brand deals pay a lot of money, it's kind of how you make cash in the industry. And so if you somehow lose that, you lose it all. Okay, and this is kind of what's happening with Saweetie. she doesn't really have brand deals. Okay, so if you don't have brand deals, you're not a podcaster, you know, you're not really working a lot. You got to make that money, because this industry for music is not really there. And you know, YouTubing is there, but YouTubing is hard. You know, people can say, well, why don't you start a podcast? A lot of people have podcasts. It's still hard. It's not easy, you know, doing this work every day. So, you know, the quickest way to do that is, I mean, if you were going to sleep with somebody anyway, it was to go ahead on and basically pay to get the cheeks clapped. And it goes back to what the Manosphere guys have always taught, that certain ladies are always for sale. It doesn't matter. Like, a lot of girls, you know what? Let me just say this. Fast forward. I know so many ladies who are IG influencers, especially in this part of the world. And again, they're like yacht girls. They out here, you know, living it up. They may have a few brand deals, but trust me, like, they can barely pay their rent. They can barely pay for electricity. I mean, like, it's, they need hair, they need makeup. They constantly have to live in that lifestyle, you know, going to dinner, going to 4 Points. I mean, that might be going to dinner, going to hotels, things like that. It costs money to keep playing like that, you know, being out. And, you know, when you popping bottles, you buying Don Julio in the club, somebody got to pay for that. And somebody got to pay for their food every day. I mean, you get chicks that look so good and they're begging for KFC, like literally begging for KFC. You would never.
Ah, shit. Begging for KFC is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's rough out here, man. It's rough out here for a 304. You know what I'm saying?
To think that a chick that has a big following on TikTok or Instagram is that broke, but so many chicks don't really have money like that. And this is why, like, dudes.
And that's why it's like, when you got fucking money, bro, you got so much power, bro. Because you get to see through all of this bullshit. Like, all of this bullshit rules that all these bitches be making, bro. They break that shit, nigga. They break that shit, bro. Because they got needs, they got wants, they got desires, you know what I'm saying? And when you can match that, when you can provide that, all of a sudden it's free game, nigga.
Who are consistent and they may have a good business, you would have a shot. Like, literally, if you were willing to pay, you would have a shot at these cheeks. I'm just being real. You would be able to go head on and get that clapping off.
And it doesn't matter how fucking chopped you is. You know what I'm saying? Once you come in with that bread, it don't fucking matter how chopped you is, nigga. These bitches, they don't care, bro. They do not care.
You might not think so, but oh yes, it happens a lot. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Yoshi Do Jugs and back.
But anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to the video. I'll catch y'all on the next one, and peace.